This is the new normal. It's a little challenging, but we will overcome this. Now, large-scale national efforts to utilize technology in support of remote learning, distancing education, and online learning during the COVID-19 pandemic are emerging and evolving quickly. But how do we ensure that no one is left behind? To speak to us about this, we have Simon Daale, who works with the Windle International, an organization focused on refugee education. Welcome to NTV this afternoon. Well, I want to start with, tell us about the work you've been doing with the refugees especially, and how has COVID affected your work?
Yeah, thank you so much. We work with refugee. We work on refugee education as an organization, and our work focuses on primary, secondary, and even tertiary education. Yeah, we facilitate refugee education, and one of the things that we do is to help them access education in any form in any way that we can. As just mentioned before, you know, the issue of access is not so easy, and especially for the vulnerable groups. And when you talk about refugees, we are talking about children who do not have parents, who do not have anybody to assist them, but thank God that Uganda welcomes them and integrates them in our systems. So what we do is to make sure we provide we provided the infrastructure, that's the hardware part of it, and also we provide the teachers. We recruit teachers, trained teachers, whom we put in place, and we also provide learning materials. Okay. During this COVID, we are providing the learning materials. You see, the government has put in place those options that learning does not stop, and it has not stopped. Immediately the lockdown came in, the government produced learning materials and put options. You can access it through the radio, through the TV, through the hard copies of learning materials, just as they have been mentioned.
But can the refugees have access to all these?
Now that's where the plight of refugees comes in, and that's where our role comes in, to ensure that in all these options that have been in place, at least refugees have access to education. In the whole of Uganda, at least people have access to radios. And those who can, there are of course areas where radio cannot be received well, but there are areas where they can receive it, they do, and the refugees access. For on the part of, if they have not been able to access through this, we have produced the learning materials. We have reproduced what the government has put in place. We have produced over 280,000 copies and distributed to refugees in all the refugees settlements in Uganda. This we do with support from UNHCR and Education Cannot Wait and education partners. And in doing so, even the host community, those sub-counties which are hosting refugee settlements are also benefiting from this. So we make sure that every refugee has access to these learning materials.
Do you see light at the end of the tunnel, at the end of it all?
We really see light at the end of the tunnel. This has opened our mind to making education child-centered. Give the child what to use and let the child learn. And this is just in line with the new curriculum, the new education curriculum, which is more child-centered than teacher-centered. So the teacher will be seen as a facilitator. And in this, we also hope that the teachers are facilitators of the learning. The children have been given the materials, let them learn, and the teachers will just come in to support them.
Thank you so much. That is Simon Daale. He comes from, of course, a great organization that is Windle International, focused on refugee